In this 14th episode of the History of Fan Anime Redrafted, documentary host William Chow presents an intimate exploration of convention culture following SakuraCon 2017. The episode departs from traditional format to deliver a series of personal narratives, focusing on significant moments from various anime conventions throughout the years.
The host acknowledges that while physical artifacts will be minimal in this episode, the focus remains on documenting meaningful interactions and autograph experiences that often resulted in gifts to others within the anime community. These stories, though lacking tangible evidence, represent valuable historical documentation of early anime fandom.
During his early involvement in the anime community as a fan subtitle creator, William Chow discovered that conventions served dual purposes. They facilitated networking within the community while providing opportunities to distribute fan-subtitled content to CFO groups. These gatherings evolved into significant events that attracted prominent figures from the manga and anime industries, including celebrated artists, illustrators, and voice actors.
A particularly significant encounter in William Chow's documentation occurred with renowned artist Kenichi Sonoda, celebrated for his contributions to Bubble Room Crisis and Gulf Wars. This interaction, which took place during the nascent period of North American anime fandom at Anime Expo 1990, preceded the historic Anime Con 91.
The documentary notes that Anime Expo 1990 established a promotional presence and secured Sonoda's participation specifically to generate momentum for the upcoming Anime Con. This strategic decision occurred during a period when large-scale conventions dedicated exclusively to anime remained exceptionally rare in the North American convention landscape.
During the formative years of anime fandom in North America, conventions dedicated solely to Japanese animation remained a rarity. Most anime-focused programming existed as segments within established science fiction and comic book conventions. The organizers of Anime Con 91 sought to break this pattern by creating an event exclusively centered on anime culture. To generate momentum and secure attendance for this pioneering venture, they strategically recruited prominent industry figures, including the acclaimed artist Kenichi Sonoda. The documentary captures William Chow's first-hand account of encountering Sonoda at the convention. While traversing the convention floor, Chow noticed the establishment of an artist's booth. The pre-internet era's limited access to information meant that Chow initially failed to recognize the distinguished Japanese artist. During this period, knowledge of industry figures' appearances primarily came through printed media such as magazines, making immediate recognition challenging without such reference materials.
Upon inquiring about the upcoming Anime Con 91, Chow discovered Sonoda's presence and learned of the opportunity to receive autographs and sketches. The relatively modest queue, consisting of approximately 10 to 15 attendees, presented a promising opportunity to obtain the artist's signature. The spontaneous nature of the signing session, however, caught many attendees unprepared. The absence of suitable materials for autographs posed a potential obstacle, but through the generosity of a fellow attendee who offered a blank page from their sketchbook, Chow secured a medium for Sonoda's artwork.
William Chow provides a detailed account of his experience waiting in line for renowned artist Kenichi Sonoda's sketch session. During this pivotal moment in anime convention history, Chow utilized a point-and-shoot film camera, which necessitated traditional film development processes, a stark contrast to contemporary digital photography. Despite the technological limitations of the era, he managed to document several significant moments throughout the event. The documentary follows Chow's thought process as he contemplates his artistic request from Sonoda. While he held appreciation for Bubblegum Crisis, his inclination gravitated toward Gulf Wars, particularly due to his translator Daisuke's profound admiration for the series. The host explains that Daisuke's particular affinity for Kati, a character who deviated from the conventional protagonist archetype, influenced his decision. In a gesture that exemplified the collaborative spirit of early anime fandom, Chow determined to request a sketch of Kati with the intention of presenting it to Daisuke.
The tension builds as the documentary captures Chow's position at the front of the line. Mere moments from his interaction with Sonoda, the narrative takes an unexpected turn when an event organizer intervenes, announcing the imminent closure of the line. The host recalls the wave of apprehension that swept over him, drawing from his extensive convention experience where such last-minute restrictions often resulted in disappointed fans. The memory recap captures the palpable anxiety of the moment, as Chow faces the possibility of missing this rare opportunity.
Relief washes over the scene as the organizer elaborates on the new parameters. Headshots would be the only sketches permitted moving forward. The documentary reveals that this directive emerged from time management concerns, as Sonoda's detailed full-body illustrations were causing significant delays. The host's optimistic perspective shines through as he acknowledges that even with these limitations, the opportunity remained valuable.
In a moment of creative inspiration captured by the documentary, Chow solidifies his artistic vision for the caddy sketch. His innovative concept involves portraying the character in a traditional sailor fuku uniform, demonstrating his understanding of both Japanese cultural elements and artistic possibilities. The host's thoughtful consideration of the character's presentation reflects the careful attention to detail that characterized early anime fandom.
The host proceeds to describe his interaction with Sonoda, recounting the moment when he approached the artist's table. Despite the restriction to headshots only, William Chow made his request for a drawing of Caddy in a sailor fuku uniform. The documentary captures how Sonoda's expression shifted into a knowing smile upon hearing the request, suggesting his familiarity with and appreciation for this particular character choice. As Chow narrates, Sonoda's enthusiasm for the unconventional request became evident through his subtle facial expressions.
The documentary reveals how Sonoda, despite the established limitations, exceeded expectations by continuing beyond the designated shoulder-level restriction. The artist proceeded to render a complete illustration of the character in the school uniform, including details that demonstrated his particular artistic preferences. William Chow observes that this special treatment likely stemmed from both the uniqueness of the character choice and Sonoda's personal artistic inclinations, noting how the artist deviated from his usual routine of drawing more mainstream characters like Pris or Luffy.
In a poignant revelation, William Chow explains that this cherished artwork was ultimately gifted to Daisuke, a gesture of gratitude for his invaluable contributions to the anime community. The host elaborates on Daisuke's extensive translation work, citing numerous series including Golf Force, Orange Road, Maison Ikkoku, Patlabor, Miracle Girls, Haimchan's Ribbon, and Red Riding Hood Cha-Cha. This segment of the documentary emphasizes how the artwork served as a token of appreciation for Daisuke's role in making these series accessible to English-speaking audiences. The narrative continues as William Chow describes his subsequent discovery at the San Diego Comic-Con. Upon noticing a female voice actress from the series at another booth, he observed that the autograph line remained surprisingly manageable. Recognizing another opportunity to obtain a meaningful piece for Daisuke, the host made the decision to join the queue.
During his convention experience, William Chow approached a voice actress's autograph table, where photographs were available for purchase and signing at $20 each. After selecting a group photograph of the Thunderbird crew, he requested the signature be made out to Daisuke. What transpired next was an unexpected cultural learning moment, as the voice actress began writing Daisuke's name in Japanese characters, only to pause midway through the process.
The documentary reveals how this pause occurred when someone at the table realized the complexity of writing Daisuke in Japanese, as the name could be written in multiple ways using different characters. Despite Daisuke being a relatively common Japanese name, the specific kanji characters used for any individual's name would need to be known for accurate representation. This situation led to a moment of careful consideration at the signing table.
After acknowledging this linguistic challenge, the voice actress and her team opted for a practical solution. They discarded the first attempt and provided a fresh photograph, this time writing Daisuke in English characters. The host explains how the signed photograph was then completed with the actress's signature positioned beneath their character's image in the group shot. This autographed piece would later be presented to Daisuke as a thoughtful gift, adding to the collection of meaningful memorabilia from the convention circuit.
The documentary transitions to explore broader convention experiences, with William Chow noting that while San Diego Comic-Con featured prominently in his autograph hunting adventures, it represented just one stop in a series of extensive week-long road trips. These journeys encompassed multiple conventions and anime-related destinations throughout California, though the specifics of these convention experiences would be reserved for future episodes of the documentary series.
The narrative then shifts to examine the phenomenon of the anime industry's influence on mainstream comics during the height of the anime craze. William Chow describes how various comic companies, movie studios, and other entertainment entities attempted to capitalize on anime's growing popularity. A common strategy emerged in the comic book industry, commissioning anime-style variant covers for traditional American comics, even when the interior artwork maintained its conventional Western style.
The documentary presents 10th Muse by Kevin Lashley as a prime example of this marketing approach. William Chow explains how the comic featured multiple cover variants, including traditional artwork, anime-styled illustrations, and occasionally live-action photo covers or specialized art versions. The host's personal interest lay primarily in collecting these anime-style variant covers, appreciating their unique artistic merit while admitting to having less enthusiasm for the comic's actual content.
In a particularly memorable incident, William Chow recounts his experience in Artist Alley at San Diego Comic-Con. Upon approaching a table displaying Dark Muse comics, he enthusiastically praised the anime-style cover art to the artist present, while expressing indifference toward the interior artwork. The documentary reveals the awkward realization that followed. The artist he was speaking to was actually responsible for the comic's interior illustrations, not the anime-style cover he had been praising.
The host then transitions to discussing his experiences with Buffy the Vampire Slayer memorabilia at the convention. Despite not being a particular fan of the series, William Chow brought DVD sleeve covers to an autograph session featuring 8 cast members. The documentary details how these performers were arranged in a row, signing items for a modest fee, creating an efficient assembly line of autographs.
During the Buffy the Vampire Slayer panel, William Chow obtained autographs from 8 cast members, though notably missing Sarah Michelle Gellar's and Angel's signatures. Later at the convention, during Angel's panel session, an attendee inquired about potential autograph opportunities. Despite an initial affirmative response from the actor, event staff quickly intervened to manage expectations. Although a signing line formed, Chow found himself positioned beyond the cutoff point, unable to secure the coveted signature.
While at San Diego Comic-Con, Chow, who managed Arctic animation with assistance from various collaborators including translators and timing specialists, pursued an autograph opportunity for his colleague Warren. Upon locating Usagi Yojimbo's creator at his booth, Chow purchased a calendar for signing. In a moment of fatigue-induced concern, he advised the artist about removing the shrink wrap before signing, a suggestion that prompted a notably sardonic response from the artist's wife, who assured him that her husband was quite capable of handling such basic tasks.
The documentary then explores Chow's encounter with Kiya Asamiya at the convention. Known primarily for Dark Angel manga and his collaborative work with DC Comics on an anime-styled Batman series, Asamiya-san maintained a significant presence throughout the event. His accessibility proved remarkable, as he could be found at multiple locations, from the DC Comics booth signing Batman merchandise to the Dark Horse manga table promoting Dark Angel, and even at his own booth selling figurines. Chow details how purchasing merchandise, such as Dark Angel figurines, often led to autograph opportunities, with pieces available for $20 to $30.
The artist's availability extended beyond signatures to include sketch opportunities, which both Chow and his associate Victor took advantage of on multiple occasions. They commissioned various character illustrations, with Chow expressing particular interest in compiler-themed artwork. The documentary emphasizes Asamiya's prolific output and willingness to engage with fans through multiple creative mediums during the convention.
Your engagement with our content is invaluable. We encourage you to interact with our videos through likes and comments, as these actions significantly enhance our visibility on the platform, allowing us to reach a broader audience interested in the cultural impact of anime in the Western world. For those interested in supporting our research and production efforts, we have established various channels for financial contribution. Detailed information about these support options can be found in the video description below. To complement your viewing experience, we have compiled an extensive list of resources related to this documentary series, including a comprehensive episode guide categorized by topic. These materials are accessible via the links provided in the description. We also have Patreon featuring exclusive content and behind-the-scenes insights. This resource offers additional materials that enhance our documentary series, including extended interviews, archival footage, controversial content, and in-depth analyses. Furthermore, we regularly update our blog with supplementary information, addressing frequently asked questions, sharing historical anecdotes, and showcasing visual artifacts and personal stories on the website via the links provided below.